Morning to all of you. Today I will discuss about finally keyword. So finally keyword is used after try catch block or only after try blocks. So basically it is defined as a set of code which executes whether an exception occurs or not. Let me take this sample class, sample1 class. So see here sample project, Java1 package and sample1 class. So in this class, I'm intentionally trying to create an arithmetic exception and I've used a catch block. Then I have used a finally keyword. So here in this case, exception occurs and it gets caught in the catch block. This statement executes. And after this, the finally statement executes and then the control gets transferred to the next statement. Just run this. See here, initially the catch block has executed, next finally block, and then the control has passed to the next block in the program. So this is a case of having an exception. Now there is no exception. So I'm not creating an arithmetic exception here, trying to save the code. Now I'll run the program. So if I run in this case, the catch block will not run. So it's clear there is no exception. So catch block is not running. Then finally block is run. And then the next statement has run. So it's very clear that finally the code under the finally block will always execute whether an exception occurs or not. Let's take one more example. This is sample2 Java class. So here the finally block is present only after try block. So there's no try catch block. There's only try block. So in this case, the difference is that the finally block will execute, but it will abruptly and terminate the program if there is an exception. So I have purposefully created an exception. So this creates an arithmetic exception and the finally block gets executed, but it abruptly terminates the program. This statement below does not get executed. So let me show you by running it. So if you see here, so it's clearly finally block got executed, but this statement does not get executed. It gets terminated abruptly. Okay. So finally can be used after try block or it can be used after try catch block. So there's one more way of using finally. I'm going to sample3 class. So here there is a return keyword. So I'm trying to return a value and then after try block I've used finally block. So in this case, whenever there is a return statement in the try block, first finally block gets executed, then the return statement gets executed. That point you can remember. So whenever there is a return statement in the try block, first finally block gets executed, then the return statement gets executed and the control gets forwarded to the next step. So previously we saw that when there was only try and finally, the control got abruptly stopped. So here the control did not pass to this statement, line number 18. The control got abruptly stopped here, try and finally block. But in this case, the control will not be abruptly stopped whenever there is a return statement. It's getting forward to the next statement also. So see here, I'm trying to run it. So initially, the finally block ran. So in the main method, I'm trying to call this a method, sysout a. So this is a static method. So when I call this method, it should return 10. But initially, it's not returning 10, but this method is called. So finally, block first executes, and then the return method executes, and then even the control is getting passed to the next step. Fine. So these are the three different places where finally block can be used. So overall, I can say that finally block follows try block as well as try catch block. So it can be used whether an exception occurs or an exception will not occur. Yeah, thank you.